choices are a very important part of our lives. We, as individuals, are defined by the choices we make. Some of our decisions can have very significant consequences and totally change the courses of our lives. But in a play, a novel, or a film, the writer makes all the decisions in advance for the characters, and as the audience, we can only watch passively the consequences of his decisions.
This is David Cage, head of game development for the French video game developer Quantic Dream. In this TED Talk he gave earlier this year, he is talking about narrative within video games. Quantic Dream is known for implementing intriguing plots that place a high value on individual decisions, like with their most recently released title, Detroit: Become Human. Detroit: Become Human is one of many new video games that give players much more freedom to make decisions that reflect how you would actually react in different situations. And this plays one of the strongest roles in creating an immersive video game that attracts new players and keeps old players interested in that game. In this brief clip showing the first few moments of the game, you can see how we are given multiple options as far as what our character can say, and how you think your character should handle the hostage situation. With so many options, two different players can have vastly different experiences while playing the game, and have very different outcomes to the plot when approaching the end of the game. Having a video game that has a plot not bound to one linear timeline, players are given a customizable experience that draws them in and keeps them guessing how their actions are going to affect the game later on, eliminating the possibility for a boring, predictable plot. Just like in a book, a strong plot is sometimes the only thing that captures a reader's attention. Video games interact with many more senses, but a strong plot will be one of the main factors that create a believable, cohesive world. I had the opportunity to speak to DJ Hardesty, a regular player of many games from NBA 2K to the new Fallout 76, and he gave some valuable input about immersion in video games from his perspective.
Definitely, good stories will draw you in, of course, like, a good movie or a good book or whatever. Those things will draw you in pretty good, so once you move to the next step of actually being able to control it, there's games, that the game is influenced on how you control it. If you're a good or a bad person, that could control the outcome of the game. So that's really changed a lot of how modern games are perceived, and also not only just story immersion, you got actual immersion with VR headsets, and there's instances with go-karts where you could put on a VR headset and the go-kart map is mapped out, and it's almost like you're playing a game, but you're actually driving a real go-kart. But in your mind, you're immersed into a digital world. So it's pretty cool that what they're able to do nowadays. So, and the more immersed you are, the more fun you have. So